Have you noticed something different inside you lately? A strange feeling, as if the world is changing, and you are perceiving things that were previously overlooked. You may be feeling a stronger energy, a sharper intuition, or even a sense of discomfort, as if something is asking you to break free from old patterns. This is not by chance, and you are not alone in this process. What you are experiencing is the beginning of a deep awakening, something that only those who are ready for a greater journey can experience. This is not just any awakening. This is a divine call, a spiritual activation that comes from within, for those who are destined for something greater, to fulfill a higher purpose. As you connect more with your essence, you may start to realize that certain things no longer make sense as they once did. Perhaps you are wondering, why does everything seem so different now? What is happening to me? The answer is simple. You are being guided to a new perception of life, a deeper understanding of your role in the world and what you came here to do. If you are feeling these changes, these signs, know that this is part of a larger process. Many go through life without noticing, but you were chosen to awaken to this new reality. And when you start to feel these transformations, the universe begins to open doors, to send signals, and your purpose starts to reveal itself, even if subtly. This path is not easy. There are moments of doubt, discomfort, and even loneliness. But at the same time, it is a path of great growth, learning, and fulfillment. You are aligning with the truth that has always been within you, but that is now gaining clarity. And however challenging it may be, it is also a journey of liberation and healing. If you recognize yourself in these signs and are ready to continue this awakening journey, I invite you to follow our channel. Here we will walk together, exploring each step of this divine process. Now, let's move forward and understand more about what is happening to you and how you can navigate this moment with wisdom and confidence. Have you ever woken up on an ordinary day and felt that the world around you seemed different? The colors of things, which once seemed normal, now appear more intense, more vivid. The sounds seem clearer, and even the touch of things feels like it has more meaning. You may have even noticed a sensation that time is either dragging or passing more quickly than usual. Perhaps you felt a strong shiver, or even an electric shock that ran down your spine, as if something were happening inside you. What you are experiencing now is not a coincidence. You are undergoing an energetic transformation, and this has a greater purpose. The truth is that your body and mind are beginning to align with a higher frequency. This is something that happens to few people, those who are destined for something greater, who are being called to awakening. What you are feeling now is a clear sign that you are in tune with a higher energy, something that goes beyond what the eyes can see and the senses can grasp. When this happens, things begin to seem different because you are, in fact, starting to see the world in a new way. You may think you are imagining things or that this process is strange, but the reality is that your being is adjusting to a new frequency. This means that the way you perceive life and the world around you is changing. It is not about being broken or lost, but about awakening to a new way of existing and perceiving your inner truth. When you start to notice these changes, you may feel a bit lost, because the old world no longer fits in the same way. But it is just a sign that you are moving to a higher state of consciousness. The experience of feeling the world is more vibrant, more sensitive, is something that only souls ready for this awakening can experience. The people around you may not understand what is happening to you, and that is completely normal. After all, everyone has their own time and path. But you are being guided to something greater. The fact that you are living these transformations now means you are ready to expand your consciousness and connect with something much larger than you ever thought possible. You may have had moments when you felt this stronger energy and wondered if it was something normal. The answer is yes. What you are experiencing is not a fantasy. It is the activation of your inner energy, something that will guide you to understand your life mission in a deeper way. You are not living in the normal world of before. You are starting to realize that there is something greater, something more powerful waiting for you. And as you adjust to this new frequency, wonderful things will begin to happen. You will notice that your emotions become more intense, more pure. You will connect with people in a more authentic and deeper way. Synchronicities will begin to appear in your life, showing you that you are on the right path. The universe will be conspiring in your favor, guiding you to live in accordance with your divine purpose. This shift in frequency is a preparation for something grand. You may not understand everything yet, and that is okay. The important thing is to trust the process and know that you are exactly where you should be. What you are feeling now is proof that you are on the right path. And remember, no matter how confusing or uncomfortable this may seem, you are not alone. This journey is yours, but it is also part of something greater that is unfolding in the world. You are awakening, and this is the greatest blessing that can happen. Sometimes you find yourself crying for no reason, or even laughing and feeling overwhelmed by a tremendous happiness. It can be a sudden sensation, as if your emotions are in a whirlwind that you cannot control. This is not just simple emotional instability. What you are feeling is something deeper, a sign that your energy is changing. These intense emotions you feel, which seem to come from outside of you, are not just yours. They are part of a process of connection with something greater, a universal energy that begins to flow through you. This feeling of being more sensitive to what is happening around you is, in fact, a sign that you are in tune with the universe. You start to perceive the emotions of others with a startling clarity. Often, when you enter a room, you feel the tension or tranquility even before anyone speaks. This happens because you are picking up on the energies of other people. It is not common intuition. It is a deeper energetic sensitivity that you now possess, a gift that arises with awakening. What may seem confusing or even disturbing at first is, in fact, a great capacity that you are developing. Your connection with universal energy becomes stronger, and that makes you feel everything more intensely. It is not about being emotionally unstable, but about a greater receptivity to what you feel and perceive around you. These sensations may come on strong, and you may not understand what is happening. The energy that is flowing through you now is deeper than any emotion you have ever experienced. You are beginning to realize that your emotions are not just yours, but an expression of a greater energy that passes through you. This is the awakening of your energetic sensitivity. This process may leave you a bit overwhelmed at first, because the world seems more intense. You feel more, perceive more, and sometimes even feel lost. This is completely natural. As you adjust to this new frequency, everything around you seems different, more intense, and in a way, more real. The important thing is to understand that this sensitivity is preparing you for something greater. The emotions that once were just yours now have a deeper meaning. They are no longer fleeting reactions, but part of a divine process, something that connects you directly with what is true and important. Each emotion you feel is a reflection of your connection with the universe, and over time, you will learn to manage them in a more balanced and powerful way. As you begin to understand this new level of perception, you start to realize that these intense emotions reflect your ability to connect with others and with the world in a deeper way. This makes you more empathetic, more aware of others' needs, and more sensitive to the pain and joy of those around you. The most important thing in this process is to remember that these emotions are not a burden. They are a gift. They are a means of bringing you closer to your true essence, to your divine mission. As you learn to handle them, you will notice that your life becomes richer, truer, and more aligned with your greater purpose. You will become a more present person, more connected with everything that happens around you. Synchronicities will start to appear, and you will see that you are no longer alone on this path. Your intense emotions are, in fact, a reflection of your evolution. Do not ignore what is happening to you. These emotions are your sign that you are on the right path. The energetic sensitivity you are developing is a powerful tool. It is not something to fear or try to control, but to learn to use to your advantage. When you connect with your emotions in a more conscious way, you become capable of transforming these energies into something positive. You begin to feel more in tune with the universe, more aligned with your life purpose. This emotional awakening is a journey. At first, it may seem confusing and even scary, but over time, you will see that this is what strengthens you. Each emotion you feel brings you closer to your true essence, helping you better understand others and impact the world in a deeper way. There is nothing wrong with what you are experiencing. On the contrary, this is just the beginning of a powerful and divine transformation. As your awakening continues, you begin to notice something disconcerting. The things around you, which once seemed solid and unquestionable, start to lose meaning. You realize that the places, routines, and interactions that once brought you comfort now feel empty, as if they are out of place. What once seemed to be the secure foundation of your life begins to feel artificial, as if it were part of a grand performance, something designed to divert your attention from your true purpose. This feeling can be confusing, even frightening. You may start to wonder why nothing seems to have the same impact as it once did. Things that were important, or that you believed to be essential, start to seem small and worthless. What used to give you security no longer has the same effect. And this is the moment when you begin to distance yourself from what many call the matrix, the reality built by distractions, consumption, and superficiality. For you who are awakening, this reality starts to be seen as an illusion. It is as if you are seeing the world from a completely new perspective. Before, you were so immersed in this matrix that you questioned nothing. But now, as you awaken, you start to realize that what everyone around you takes as truth is, in reality, a distraction. Material things, social norms, even everyday concerns begin to lose their luster. You find yourself at a point where you can no longer conform to what once seemed to be your world. Everything you believed to be real now feels fragile, empty, and devoid of substance. This is the moment when the disconnection from the matrix sets in more deeply. You begin to feel that you are out of the game, as if you are an observer in a world that others continue to accept as real, but that you can no longer believe. This does not mean that you are isolating yourself or becoming completely disconnected from the world, but that you are beginning to see beyond appearances. What once seemed fundamental now seems irrelevant, because you are starting to realize that there is something much greater waiting for you. This feeling of disconnection can create uncertainty and even a certain fear. After all, it is uncomfortable to realize that what once seemed like a universal truth is, in fact, just an illusion. But this disconnection is also a great liberation. When you begin to see beyond the matrix, you free yourself from the chains that kept you bound to a system that did not resonate with your inner truth. You start to see what really matters, your purpose, your soul, and the true essence of life. This is one of the most powerful moments of awakening, realizing that you are no longer part of something that limits you, but that you have the capacity to create your own reality, aligned with your true self. Although the disconnection from the matrix may be a shock at first, it is in fact a necessary step for you to finally live according to your divine mission, free from the distractions that once dominated your life. These signs start to appear in ways that you would have never noticed before. It could be a song that plays at the exact moment you are reflecting on something, or a conversation that seems to directly answer a question you had asked the universe. Words spoken by strangers, texts you read, even the environment around you. Everything seems to align with what you are feeling or searching for. Synchronicity becomes so clear that you can no longer ignore it. You realize that, somehow, reality has begun to mold itself according to your intentions and thoughts. What once seemed chaotic now makes sense. These signs are like beacons, indicating that you are in tune with something greater. It is not a mere coincidence. Each of these moments has a deep meaning and is helping you align your life with your greater purpose. You are no longer moving in the dark. When these signs start to appear, you begin to realize that you are being guided. The universe, or the greater force you are connecting with, begins to manifest in unexpected ways. As you start to pay attention to these details, the journey becomes clearer. With each sign, each synchronicity, you feel that you are being led to a place of greater understanding and purpose. These signs not only confirm that you are on the right path, but they also bring a sense of peace and confidence. When you are aligned with your inner truth, these moments of clarity appear to guide you. They are like little reminders that you are not alone on the journey, that the universe is supporting you, and that you are being guided towards something greater. Your perception expands as you recognize these signs. What once went unnoticed now seems to be part of a vast web of connection, where everything is related. The answers you seek are everywhere, and when you connect with that, you begin to live more fluidly and intuitively. You start to trust the signs that arise and notice that, increasingly, reality is aligning with what you need to continue your journey. As you follow these signs and synchronicities, a profound sense of alignment emerges. Life begins to make more sense, and you feel that you are walking in the right direction. Everything around you seems to be adjusting to support you, so you can continue on your mission. The universe is no longer distant or abstract. It has become something tangible, speaking directly to you. It is when you realize that the journey is not just yours, but something much greater is guiding you every step of the way. The moment you have been waiting for has finally arrived. What once seemed vague and distant is now revealed to you with clarity and intensity. Those signs and changes that began to happen around you now make sense, and you realize that there is no turning back. The journey you are living is not something transient, but a deep and transformative process. What you felt in your soul, that sense that you were destined for something greater, begins to materialize. You have been called to more than simply living life like others. Your mission goes beyond daily concerns. You have been chosen to break the patterns and cycles that limit not only your life, but the generations that came before you. It is as if something within you has been awakened, something that has always been kept inside, waiting for the right moment to manifest. This call is stronger than any doubt that may arise in your mind. Now you begin to realize the magnitude of your purpose. The divine force that has always been within you has never been so clear and accessible. You feel a power that comes from a deep place, something beyond the physical, something that is guiding you and pushing you forward. Your soul knows, without a shadow of a doubt, that the time has come to act. What once seemed like a simple spiritual awakening reveals itself as a complete transformation, something that will shape not only your life, but the world around you. You understand that your role goes beyond what you imagined. You are not just awakening to a new consciousness. You are being activated to fulfill a divine purpose. This is the moment when you leave behind everything that no longer serves you, all fears and limitations, and begin to walk fully toward your true mission. It is a process that requires courage, but also trust. You already have everything you need within you to fulfill this call. The activation is happening now, and you feel that something is moving in you in a powerful way. What was once an abstract idea is now real. Your mission, the impact you are meant to generate, begins to reveal itself. And what is to come is much greater than you ever imagined. As you connect with this divine energy, you realize that the transformation you are experiencing is not just about you. It is about healing, breaking cycles, and rewriting destinies. Not just your own, but those who cross your path. This is the moment to completely surrender to your mission, to understand that the transformation you are going through is just the beginning. Your journey is unfolding before you in a magnificent way. What seemed distant is now becoming possible. The power you carry within you is immense, and by embracing this activation, you begin to see clearly the impact you can have on the world. The true mission you have been assigned to fulfill is beginning to take shape before your eyes. It is a journey of transformation, healing, and evolution. What is to come will be grander than you ever imagined, because now you are prepared to live this transformation with all the power that resides within you. There is no longer any doubt. You have been chosen for something great. Now that you understand the magnitude of the transformation you are experiencing, it is time to fully trust this process. The activation you are undergoing is not a coincidence, nor is it something that will happen by chance. It is the awakening of a divine force that has always been within you, waiting for the right moment to be unleashed. This is the moment when you connect deeply with your mission, and what you do next will be grander than you ever imagined. You have been called to break old cycles, heal wounds, and rewrite destinies. Not just your own, but also those of others around you. The strength you feel now is the necessary push to take the next steps with courage and confidence. The universe is on your side, and your journey is about to become even more powerful. I would love to hear from you. How have you been feeling this transformation in your life? What signs or changes have you noticed lately? Leave a comment sharing your experiences or thoughts on the content. Let's connect and walk together on this awakening journey. The transformation is underway, and we are all here to live something great.